and welcome back to the Pear podcast, where we cover all the daily aspects of news coming from the eventful presidential race. To catch you up, we have a close race between the two candidates, Macbeth and Macduff. Our Pear message promises impartial news coming from all aspects of this race, so that you, the voter, can decide who is best. It's Macbeth. No, I'm just joking. You must decide for yourself. So now let's move to our first segment, currently occurring. Macbeth and Macduff's campaigns launched 2 days ago, and usually people can say that campaigns start with a bang, but that's definitely not true of this election. Neither campaign had any press releases or announcements immediately following the commencement of the race, leaving Americans wondering what to expect from their candidates. What will they say? What will they promise? Will they slander each other? Will it be a nice race with no lies and all truth? No one can say for sure, but it promises to be an exciting election indeed. Now let's talk about our Pear polling. Some of the greatest polling minds from across the country have started compiling statistics for this race, at just the beginning, so that all you, the voters out there, can get a jumping-off point. The polls say that Americans are very divided over the economy, and also very opinionated. Only 3% don't feel strongly about the state of the economy. Both candidates are rich men, but only Macduff has shown willingness to make sacrifice for the good of the nation. Macbeth has shown a desire only to make himself more powerful so far. But how do the candidates actually feel? Macbeth simply expresses the wish to make more money from trade with other nations. How is this possible? He has not yet expressed the plans for doing so. Macbeth is going to need to justify this plan with some specifics, and he needs to do it fast. Will Macbeth have the good relationships and ability to sacrifice for the good of the country? No one can say for sure, but it doesn't seem likely. According to the Macduff campaign, however, he wants to rid the nation of national debt, because of the overwhelming sense of nationalism that Macduff possesses. Critics, however, say that this will be impossible for one president to accomplish, and many are pointing out that debt does not just disappear. Other sacrifices have to be made, and does Macduff have the experience of working with others and making the cuts necessary to truly rid the nation of its immense debt? Again, seems very unlikely. But how about education, another focal point of the race? Polls say that 75% of Americans place at least some importance on a national education program, so that's going to be an important policy for candidates. Both are stressing the need for a better education system, and a battle is already brewing between the candidates about who cares more. Macbeth claims that even though he doesn't have kids, he still cares for the development of the youth. Macduff points out, however, that he does in fact have kids, and thus has more personal experience of the declining system. As a wealthy man, however, I think it's safe to assume that Macduff's kids actually go to a private school, far away from the declining national system of education that he's talking about. Neither candidate has yet to explain where he will get the money for the improved system that is planned. Macduff, wanting to get rid of the national debt, will be especially strapped for cash. And what about national security? Both candidates are going to have to promise quite a bit in this category, because only 2% of Americans say that national security is not important. Macbeth's campaign focuses around how he wants the United States to feel like a safe place to live. Macduff is also making promises along these lines. Because both have served careers in the military, it is not surprising that both would place national security high on their list. It's also worth mentioning that in a press release, the top media advisor of the Macbeth campaign, Gracie Sims, promised that in order to improve national security, Macbeth will target terrorist groups. Macduff's campaign is silent as to how they plan to improve national security. Finally, about the environment, a topic deeply polarizing to Americans. 48% say that the government should use its resources to help the environment, while 47% say that the government should not. Both Macbeth and Macduff have decided that the environment is worth protecting. Macduff says that he is protecting it in order to protect the future of his own children, targeting Macbeth, again, who does not have children. Macbeth, on the other hand, is taking a specific stance against deforestation, and says that he recognizes the importance of climate change. Neither candidate, however, has expressed an opinion about joining international agreements regarding climate change, and neither has said if and or how they will devote federal funds to the cause. The voters are going to demand answers to such issues. Have you ever had one of those nights where you just can't get rid of that appetite? Whether Macbeth or Macduff, you can always count on McDonald's to get you nothing but the best food fast, getting rid of that pesky appetite. The Pear Post is in no way sponsored by McDonald's. Well, there's not much more to say in this update, I suppose. I'll have more updates as things progress a little bit more. This is Connor Ferguson reporting from the Pear Post. Have a good morning, or in case I don't see you, good afternoon, good evening, and good night.